Your brain is 6 times more active during the last 30 minutes before sleep than any other time of the day. What you tell yourself in those moments literally rewires your neural pathways. I'm going to share 3 affirmations backed by neuroscience that can transform your life while you sleep. Before we dive in, understand this. Bedtime affirmations aren't wishful thinking. They're a scientifically validated tool for mental reprogramming. Research from Stanford University psychologist Claude Steele demonstrates that affirmations activate specific brain regions associated with self-processing and reward, particularly the ventromedial prefrontal cortex. This is the same area responsible for decision-making and emotional regulation. But here's what makes bedtime affirmations uniquely powerful. Your brain enters theta and delta wave states as you fall asleep. These are the same states where your subconscious mind is most receptive to new information. You're essentially programming your mind when its defenses are down. Let me ask you something. What runs through your mind in those final moments before sleep? For most people, it's a highlight reel of everything that went wrong. The awkward conversation, the missed opportunity, the mounting responsibilities. This isn't just uncomfortable, it's neurologically damaging. Studies published in the National Center for Biotechnology Information show that negative thought patterns before sleep disrupt the brain's natural consolidation process. Your brain is trying to organize memories and strengthen neural connections, but you're flooding it with stress signals. The amygdala, your brain's fear center, becomes hyperactive. Cortisol levels rise. Your sleep quality deteriorates. And here's the vicious cycle. Poor sleep makes you more susceptible to negative thinking the next day. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist, understood this decades before modern neuroscience confirmed it. He wrote about the shadow self, those parts of our psyche we suppress during waking hours. At night, when our conscious defense is lower, the shadow emerges. If we don't consciously direct our thoughts, our unconscious fears take control. This is why what you tell yourself before sleep isn't just important, it's critical. Now let me explain exactly how affirmations rewire your brain. This is where it gets fascinating. Neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to form new neural connections throughout your entire life. Every thought you think strengthens certain pathways and weakens others. This isn't metaphorical. This is measurable brain structure change. Research published in peer-reviewed journals shows that repeated affirmations create what neuroscientists call experience-dependent plasticity. You're literally building new highways in your brain. Here's the mechanism. When you repeat an affirmation, you activate the medial prefrontal cortex and the ventral striatum. These are your brain's reward and self-processing centers. This activation releases dopamine, which strengthens the neural pathway you just used. The more you repeat the affirmation, the stronger that pathway becomes. But timing matters. Sleep is when your brain consolidates these new pathways. During deep sleep, your brain replays the neural patterns from your day, strengthening the connections you used most. If the last thing you do before sleep is repeat positive affirmations, those are the pathways your brain reinforces all night long. There's another layer to this. Self-affirmation theory, developed by Claude Steele, shows that affirmations work by protecting your sense of self-integrity. When you affirm your core values, you become less defensive and more open to growth. You stop seeing challenges as threats and start seeing them as opportunities. The 3 affirmations I'm about to share target 3 fundamental aspects of human psychology: self-worth, capability, and growth. The first affirmation is, I am worthy of love and respect exactly as I am. This targets the deepest human need, unconditional self-acceptance. Most people tie their worth to achievement, appearance, or others' approval. This creates a fragile sense of self that collapses under pressure. Research shows that self-worth affirmations reduce activity in the amygdala, your brain's threat detection system. When you affirm your inherent worth, you're telling your nervous system, you are safe. You don't need to prove anything. Here's how to use it tonight. As you lie in bed, place your hand on your heart. Feel your heartbeat. Repeat slowly. I am worthy of love and respect exactly as I am. Say it 5 times. Feel the words. Don't just think them. Your subconscious mind will work on this all night, building new neural pathways that support self-acceptance. The second affirmation is, I have everything I need within me to handle whatever comes tomorrow. This affirmation targets self-efficacy, your belief in your ability to succeed. Psychologist Albert Bandura's research at Stanford shows that self-efficacy is one of the strongest predictors of success in any domain. When you affirm your capability before sleep, you're priming your brain's problem-solving networks. Studies show that sleep enhances creative problem-solving by up to 33%. You're essentially telling your subconscious, work on solutions while I rest. Instead of lying awake worrying about tomorrow's challenges, you're programming confidence. Our reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters information, will start noticing resources and opportunities you previously missed. Tonight, after you say your first affirmation, take 3 deep breaths, then repeat, I have everything I need within me to handle whatever comes tomorrow. Say it 5 times with conviction. Notice how your body relaxes. That's your nervous system shifting from fight or flight to rest and digest. The third affirmation is, every day I am growing into the person I'm meant to become. This is the most powerful of the 3 because it embraces the growth mindset, a concept developed by Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck. Her research shows that people who believe they can grow and change are more resilient, more successful, and mentally healthier. This affirmation does something crucial. It removes the pressure of perfection. You're not saying, I am perfect, or I have arrived. You're acknowledging that you're in process. This reduces shame and self-criticism, 2 of the biggest obstacles to personal growth. Neuroscience backs this up. Studies show that growth-oriented thinking activates the prefrontal cortex, your brain's executive function center. This is where planning, decision-making, and self-regulation happen. When you affirm growth before sleep, you're strengthening these higher-order thinking pathways. There's also a spiritual dimension here. Carl Jung spoke about individuation, the lifelong process of becoming your authentic self. This affirmation aligns with that journey. You're not trying to become someone else. You're becoming more fully yourself. Tonight, after your first 2 affirmations, visualize yourself 6 months from now. See the person you're becoming. Then repeat, every day I am growing into the person I'm meant to become. Say it 5 times. Feel the truth of it. Now here's what most people get wrong about affirmations. They say them once, feel nothing, and give up. That's like going to the gym once and wondering why you're not stronger. Neuroplasticity requires repetition. The research is clear. It takes consistent practice over 21 to 66 days to form new neural pathways. But here's the good news. Bedtime is the perfect time because you're already in a routine. Tonight, I want you to commit to a 30-day experiment. Every night before sleep, repeat these 3 affirmations, 5 times each. That's 90 seconds total. Track what happens. Notice how your self-talk changes. Notice how you respond to challenges. Notice how your sleep quality improves. The science predicts you'll see measurable changes in your mindset, your confidence, and your emotional regulation. But you have to do the work. Your brain is waiting to be reprogrammed. The question is, will you give it the right instructions? Here is a recap. Tonight before you sleep, you're going to repeat 3 affirmations. 1. I am worthy of love and respect exactly as I am. 2. I have everything I need within me to handle whatever comes tomorrow. 3. Every day, I am growing into the person I'm meant to become. These aren't just words. They're neural programming. They're the last instructions you give your brain before it spends 8 hours consolidating and strengthening pathways. The research is undeniable. The mechanism is clear. Now it's up to you to apply it. Before you go, I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 affirmations resonated most? Drop it in the comments below. Subscribe to Deep Within for more psychology-backed strategies to upgrade your life. We'll see you in the next video.